Los Angeles boasts one of the world's most vibrant ultra-luxury real estate markets, underpinned by a confluence of wealthy local buyers, international investors, and a lifestyle that is hard to match. Several key demand drivers explain why developers are keen to build ultra-luxury homes in LA. Southern California has a high concentration of millionaires and billionaires, from entertainment moguls and celebrities to tech entrepreneurs and finance executives. Greater Los Angeles led all U.S. markets in $10 million plus home sales in the first half of 2024, with 135 ultra-luxury transactions totaling $2.67 billion in volume. Even amid market challenges like rising interest rates and new taxes, wealthy buyers continue to invest in LA real estate as an inflation hedge, often using all-cash deals. In 2023, Louisiana County saw 232 sales above $10 million, and although this was down from the prior year's peak of 370 sales in 2022, the very top of the market still notched record prices. For example, a Malibu estate sold to Jay-Z and Beyoncé in 2023 for $200 million, setting a California price record. Los Angeles is a magnet for global wealth. It ranks as the third most popular U.S. destination for overseas luxury buyers, behind only Miami and Manhattan. International purchasers, notably from the Middle East, China, the UK, and Europe, are drawn by LA's stability and prestige. About 20% of LA's luxury market is now comprised of foreign buyers. These international clients seek trophy properties as both investments and status symbols, often paying top dollar. On average, overseas buyers in LA buy mansions around 11,000 square feet, often in areas like Beverly Hills, Hollywood Hills, or Malibu, at roughly $2,900 per square foot, reflecting the ultra-prime nature of these purchases. In recent years, there has been a shift toward more domestic U.S. buyers at the high end as well, but global interest remains strong. The lifestyle offered by Los Angeles is a major draw for ultra-luxury home buyers. LA provides a unique blend of idyllic climate, scenic geography, and cultural amenities. Wealthy buyers value the year-round sunshine, beaches, and hillside vistas, as well as proximity to world-class entertainment, dining, and shopping. There's a strong preference for homes that facilitate an indoor-outdoor lifestyle. Expansive terraces, infinity pools, gardens, and panoramic views are standard expectations. The region's diversity of prestigious enclaves allows buyers to choose their ideal setting, whether it's a gated hillside retreat in Bel Air, a modern architectural statement in the Hollywood Hills, an oceanfront compound in Malibu, or an estate in Beverly Hills. Each offers privacy and exclusivity. Many ultra-wealthy individuals also have personal or business ties to the entertainment industry, and thus desire a residence in LA. The city's idyllic climate, stunning coastline, and thriving cultural scene ensure that high-net-worth individuals see LA as a premier place to live or own a second home. Pricing trends and prestige. The top end of LA's market has seen astonishing price benchmarks, reinforcing the notion that owning a Los Angeles trophy home is the pinnacle of real estate prestige. Average transaction values are in the high eight figures. For instance, the average ultra-luxury sale in 2024 was about $17.5 million in Greater LA. In the last few years, multiple sales have exceeded $100 million, and new listing price records have been set. This includes the aforementioned $200 million Malibu deal and other nine-figure estates. Even when market cycles cool, uber-pricey deals still occur. Mega deals in the $50 million plus range helped propel LA's luxury market in late 2023. The allure of potentially earning a spot on the list of record-breaking sales incentivizes developers to create ever more ambitious homes. Over the past decade, a handful of ultra-high sales, including purchases by foreign billionaires and celebrities, in the mid-2010s sparked a flurry of construction of massive homes priced at $20 million or more by opportunistic developers. In essence, Louisiana's pricing trends have shown that if you build something truly spectacular, there is a chance a billionaire will pay an eye-watering sum for it, delivering a huge payoff. Economic and zoning factors, favoring ultra-luxury development. Beyond raw buyer demand, Los Angeles offers some economic and regulatory conditions that make it attractive for developers building ultra-luxury residences. These include advantageous zoning allowances in certain areas, opportunities for creative design, and strategies to navigate permits. Zoning overlays and hillside development flexibility. Much of LA's ultra-luxury development is in hillside neighborhoods like Bel Air, Holmby Hills, Beverly Hills Post Office, and Hollywood Hills, where zoning historically allowed very large single-family homes. The city of Los Angeles implemented a baseline hillside ordinance to prevent extreme overbuilding. However, the rules still permitted enormous structures by right in many cases. For example, until recently, only homes larger than 17,500 square feet in hillside areas required special planning review. Mansions under that threshold could be approved through standard processes. This meant a developer could build, say, a 15,000 square foot estate on a hillside lot without a discretionary hearing, which is a significant regulatory green light for ultra-luxury scale. Developers also found ways to maximize floor area via loopholes. Notably, basements and subterranean levels were not counted toward the square footage limit, allowing massive below-ground additions. Many spec builders took advantage of this by including huge basements for bowling alleys, car galleries, nightclubs, etc., that dramatically expand a home's usable space while technically complying with zoning. In Bel Air, the city also established a hillside construction regulation (HCR) overlay in 2017 to address construction impacts. For example, limits on hauling soil, construction hours, after a surge of mega mansion projects. But this overlay doesn't prohibit large homes outright. It mainly adds rules to mitigate neighborhood disruption. The overall effect is that LA's zoning framework, especially in its large lot residential zones, has been relatively permissive in enabling huge luxury homes, at least until new wildlife and corridor ordinances tighten the rules. The median new house in the hillside area was already nearly 9,000 square feet by 2020, illustrating how commonplace large homes have become. Building an ultra-luxury home in Los Angeles is often simpler from a permitting standpoint than large multi-unit developments. A single-family mega-residence typically avoids entanglements like affordable housing requirements or density limitations that multifamily projects face. Developers can pursue a by-right building permit if they meet the zoning code, sidestepping lengthy entitlement processes. Many ultra-luxury developers also strategically time their permit filings and construction. For instance, they may obtain separate permits for grading or retaining walls in advance to prepare hillside sites, or use lot line adjustments to combine parcels into a larger buildable estate. While not incentives in the formal sense, these strategies let them create expansive compounds that would be impossible elsewhere. Additionally, Los Angeles County's property tax system, known as Prop 13, can be seen as indirectly favorable. Once a property is sold, the new owner's tax is capped at around 1% of the purchase price with limited annual increases. This relative predictability and low ongoing tax compared to the value of the home can be a selling point to ultra-luxury buyers, making them more willing to pay high prices, a benefit that developers bank on when projecting the market. Another financial factor specific to LA was the absence until recently of any mansion tax. Only in April 2023 did the city implement Measure ULA, a transfer tax on sales above $5 million, which adds extra cost to high-end deals. Notably, despite this new tax, Louisiana still led the nation in ultra-luxury sales, suggesting the market's resilience. Some sellers and developers found ways to mitigate the tax, for example, closing deals before it took effect, or structuring creative transactions. Los Angeles affords architects and developers a high degree of design flexibility, which encourages the creation of truly ultra-luxurious, one-of-a-kind homes. Unlike cities with strict aesthetic codes or historical styles, Louisiana neighborhoods often embrace modern and experimental architecture. The result is that developers can push boundaries with contemporary styles, featuring bold glass and steel designs, extensive use of cutting-edge materials, and jaw-dropping amenities. The indoor-outdoor design ethos, a hallmark of Southern California living, means ultra-luxe homes can have vast retractable walls of glass, open-air pavilions, and seamless integration with pools and landscapes. This design freedom is a draw for developers because it allows them to differentiate their product. Today's wealthy buyers are looking for something special and not cookie-cutter mansions. LA's culture of celebrity and artistry also means a well-designed home can garner significant media attention and prestige for the developer. In practical terms, the city's building codes set height and bulk limits, but within those, there's room to add signature features, whether it's a subterranean garage for over 20 cars, a rooftop helipad, or a wellness center with indoor spas. Compared to more densely built cities, Louisiana's large lots provide the canvas for these ultra-luxury amenities. Moreover, the absence of rent control or tenant issues in single-family development simplifies the path. Developers deal only with the physical build and not with relocating occupants or similar hurdles. In some upscale enclaves like Beverly Hills, which is its own city, or gated communities like Beverly Park, local design review boards exist, but they generally still permit very grand homes as long as exterior materials and landscaping meet community standards. All told, Los Angeles' regulatory environment has historically balanced baseline controls on overbuilding with a generally laissez-faire approach to architectural style, which savvy developers interpret as a green light to innovate and build big in the luxury sector. To illustrate how these market and zoning factors come together, below are case studies of recent ultra-luxury home developments in Los Angeles. These examples showcase the sales performance of such projects, architectural innovation, and the extravagant marketing strategies used to sell them. Perhaps the most famous and infamous ultra-luxury development in LA is The One, a Bel Air mega mansion developed by Nile Niami. Envisioned as the largest and most extravagant modern home in the country, The One was designed to be a 105,000 square foot hilltop palace with every conceivable luxury. It sits on a 4-acre promontory with 360-degree views of Los Angeles. The property took almost a decade to build and features an array of jaw-dropping amenities, multiple pools and a massive infinity pool overlooking the city, a private nightclub, a 50-seat movie theater, a bowling alley, a gallery for art and cars, and even a moat around the house. By 2015, Niami was publicly marketing The One as a $500 million listing, an unprecedented price tag aimed at making it the most expensive home in the world. This marketing strategy included giving the home a moniker to create a brand around it and teasing its opulence in the press. Dozens of billionaires from around the world were invited for exclusive previews as the project neared completion. The anticipation built for years, illustrating a key marketing tactic in this sphere, treating a house like a rare work of art to generate buzz. However, the sales performance of The One underscores the risks in ultra-luxury speculation. The home officially hit the market around 2020 with an asking price of $295 million, but no buyer materialized at that level. Carrying costs and debt mounted, leading the project into foreclosure. In 2022, The One was finally sold at a bankruptcy auction for $126 million. About $141 million including fees, a huge discount off the intended price. While this was a record for a home sold at auction, it fell well short of the California sales record at the time. The buyer was later revealed as a local tech fashion CEO, beating out competition that reportedly included wealthy bidders from the Middle East and Asia. From a design and innovation standpoint, The One did succeed in pushing boundaries. It set a new scale for single-family residences and captured global attention. Its marketing included glossy video tours and coverage in architecture magazines. Yet its outcome also showed that, even in LA's robust market, there is a limit to what buyers will pay for speculative mansions with extreme ego pricing. The One saga has since become a cautionary case study in overambition. Still, for developers, the takeaway is that while ultra-luxe projects carry high risk, they also carry the potential for high reward. Had The One sold near asking, the profit would have been immense. Even at $126 million, it was among the highest prices ever in LA, and the fact that it drew more than 36 billionaire tours demonstrates the global interest such properties command. Another headline-grabbing development was the spec mansion known as Billionaire at 924 Bel Air Road, built by developer Bruce Makowski. Completed in 2016, this 38,000 square foot modern compound with 17,000 square feet of additional outdoor decks was an exercise in pure luxury fantasy. Makowski famously listed it in early 2017 for $250 million, making it the most expensive home publicly listed in the US at that time. The house was a 12-bedroom, 21-bathroom behemoth filled with extravagant amenities and collectibles. It came turnkey with a curated lifestyle. The price included a $30 million exotic car collection displayed in a glossy showroom garage, a decommissioned helicopter art piece on the rooftop helipad, fine art installations, and even a massive candy wall in the game room. The property boasted an 85-foot glass tile infinity pool, 4-lane bowling alley, 40-seat 4K home theater, multiple bars and glass wine cellars, essentially a private resort in a home. Makowski's marketing strategy treated the home like a Hollywood blockbuster. He produced a slick promotional video featuring models and a champagne-fueled party. And he gave the mansion its own name, Billionaire, to signify that only a billionaire could afford it. The launch was accompanied by widespread media coverage, leveraging LA's image of excess. This kind of high-profile marketing, like a Hollywood movie, was deliberate, aimed at making the property famous in its own right and attracting ultra-wealthy buyers worldwide. Despite the fanfare, selling Billionaire proved challenging. The home sat on the market for about 3 years, undergoing price cuts from $250 million to $188 million, then to $150 million. It finally sold in October 2019 for $94 million, about a 62% discount from the original ask. While this was far below expectations, $94 million was still one of the highest prices ever for a home in Bel Air. Makowski reportedly still made a profit, though the exact development cost isn't public. The sale highlighted that even in a strong market, ultra-luxury developers must align with reality. As one broker quipped, it was a case of aspirational pricing meeting market truth. Nonetheless, as a case study, 924 Bel Air demonstrated the upper limits of amenity-rich design and marketing. It set new standards for over-the-top features, from the fully stocked champagne vaults to the outdoor pop-up theater, many of which have since become expected in new top-tier builds. It also proved the value of storytelling in real estate marketing. By creating an aura of exclusivity and offering a turnkey luxury lifestyle, developers can justify premium pricing. Brokers for Billionaire employed extreme sales tactics, lavish invitation-only events, press tours, and even auctions for charity to get exposure. In the end, while the pricing overshot, the property did find a buyer and further cemented LA's reputation as a place where ultra-luxury is redefined. Developers took note that unique features like a car gallery or rooftop helipad can be key differentiators in attracting the uber-rich. Homes like Billionaire essentially created a new niche of real estate as luxury entertainment complexes, not just residences. Not all ultra-luxury developments are speculative flips. Some are painstakingly created by owner-developers and later sold for astronomical sums. A prime example is the Paradise Cove estate in Malibu, recently sold by art collector William Bell to Beyoncé and Jay-Z. While not built by a developer for sale, its transaction offers lessons for developers catering to top-tier buyers. Bell acquired the Blufftop land in 2003 and spent over 15 years constructing a minimalist concrete megastructure designed by Pritzker Prize-winning architect Tadao Ando. The result is a 40,000 square foot brutalist-style compound of striking design, an L-shaped residence composed of monumental poured concrete forms and floor-to-ceiling glass, set within 8 acres of landscaped grounds. This property was never broadly listed on the open market. Instead, it was quietly offered as a pocket listing around $295 million, targeting a very exclusive pool of buyers. The strategy here was ultra-high-end whisper marketing, only those known to have the means and interest, top billionaires, were approached. In May 2023, the estate sold for $200 million, breaking all California home price records by a wide margin. The deal underscored that truly unique architecture in LA can command a premium. The home's design pedigree, Ando's rare residential work in America, and its minimalist masterpiece allure were key to its value. In fact, the buyer, Beyoncé and Jay-Z, were paying as much for an art piece of architecture as for a home. For developers, the Paradise Cove case is instructive in several ways. First, it shows the importance of architecture and design innovation. A home that is a trophy designed by a famed architect can become instantly iconic and desirable to ultra-high net worth collectors. Incorporating world-class design, hiring star architects, using the finest materials is a strategy to stand out in the LA luxury market. Second, this sale highlights the role of privacy and exclusivity in marketing. The property was extremely private and secure, a big selling point for celebrity buyers, and was marketed through tight channels, enhancing its mystique. Many ultra-luxe developers in LA now use similar tactics for top listings, such as exclusive broker previews, NDA-protected showings, and targeting of elite clientele rather than splashy public listings. Finally, the economic outcome, a $200 million sale, proved that LA can achieve prices on par with or above New York and London for the right property. This provides confidence to developers that investing in ultra-high-end features can pay off. The estate's features, while more restrained in style, still checked all the boxes: pool, expansive lawn, oceanfront location, separate staff quarters, and it required Herculean engineering. Over 7,600 cubic yards of concrete were used in construction. In essence, it was a no-expense-spared project. The sale to one of the world's biggest music couples also garnered massive publicity, which reflects back on LA's allure. Developers observe that creating a product that resonates with the lifestyle of entertainment and tech elite, whether that's a recording studio in a home, gallery space for art, or just a spectacular setting for hosting, can make a property irresistible. The Paradise Cove sale has likely set a new benchmark, encouraging more ultra-luxury development, as it signaled that even at the very top, if the offering is exceptional enough, buyers will come. Other notable examples. Los Angeles has a steady stream of ultra-luxury developments that could each serve as case studies. To mention a few, the historic Spelling Manor in Holmby Hills, a 56,000 square foot French chateau-style estate, was purchased by a British heiress, extensively renovated, and sold for $119.7 million in 2019, showing appetite for legacy estates. In 2019, the Chartwell estate in Bel Air, known from the Beverly Hillbillies, sold for $150 million to media heir Lachlan Murdoch, which was a record at the time. Developers are also experimenting with ultra-luxury high-rise living projects like the upcoming Aman Beverly Hills, combining a 5-star hotel and branded residences, are testing whether luxury condo units can fetch $50 million, plus in LA. On the design front, local architects such as Paul McLean and Zoltan Pali have been commissioned to create bold, modernist mansions that incorporate wellness centers, smart home technology, and sustainable features trends that appeal to today's buyers. And on the marketing front, brokers have held $100,000 broker parties, hired social media influencers for video tours, and even offered luxury goods, sports cars, art pieces as part of the home sale to entice buyers. All these tactics underscore the creativity and scale at which the ultra-luxury market in Los Angeles operates. In conclusion, developers choose to build ultra-luxury homes in Los Angeles because the city presents a rare blend of strong market demand, permissive development conditions, and lifestyle appeal that makes such projects potentially very rewarding. LA's market has a deep bench of wealthy buyers, both domestic and international, who are motivated by the city's climate, culture, and prestige to purchase trophy homes. This demand base has driven record-breaking prices and a steady absorption of $10 million plus properties, encouraging developers to undertake ambitious projects. On the supply side, Los Angeles' local regulations, particularly in hillside and estate zones, historically allowed large-scale homes with relative ease, giving developers the green light to imagine ever larger and more lavish designs. Economic factors like a growing wealthy population and the cachet associated with LA real estate further justify these ultra-luxury investments. Moreover, building in Los Angeles offers developers a chance to be creative and set trends in luxury living. Whether it's integrating five-star resort amenities into a private residence, collaborating with world-renowned architects, or leveraging Hollywood-style marketing, Louisiana is a place where innovation in ultra-luxury home building thrives. The case studies of recent developments, from speculative mega mansions like the One and Billionaire to architecturally significant estates like the Malibu compound, illustrate both the enormous potential and the pitfalls. Success can mean a place in real estate history and massive profits, while overreach can lead to high-profile losses. Ultimately, the demand drivers, wealth and lifestyle, favorable or at least navigable zoning landscape, and standout examples all point to Los Angeles being a uniquely attractive arena for ultra-luxury residential development. For the foreseeable future, as long as the world's rich continue to covet the LA lifestyle, developers will respond by crafting the opulent homes to house that dream. In the words of one industry report, the ultra-luxury sector in Southern California remains remarkably resilient, with sustained interest from buyers ensuring that the hills and beaches of Los Angeles will continue to see new palatial homes taking shape. Each such project further cements LA's reputation as the epicenter of ultra-luxury housing, where developers push the envelope to cater to an elite market hungry for the next level of luxury.